What's up, everyone? It's your boy Tarek. I know again I haven't uploaded a video like this for a little while, but that's simply because I've been again busy. But I've been feeding the feed with shorts, so I hope you guys have been enjoying my shorts. And also, if you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, you'll be seeing I be uploading daily on those things. So it's like I'm never not gone away, but from doing stuff like videos like this, it's like hit or miss. But yeah, whenever I'm free, that's when I upload. Whenever I'm free and I have time, I will upload. I promise you, lot. Before we even get into this video, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, notification bell, and yeah, this is more of a serious one. So it's not even I'm not gonna be laughing really or making jokes or. That's why like my mood and my energy is not as high as it normally is because I'm trying to resonate with you guys on a level, and I'm not trying to come off as comedic or like most of the time I'll laugh off situations or I'll just kind of put it to the side or block it out. But I feel like as an individual, I need to something that I've self-reflected on, and it's a goal that I'm setting myself for the new year, is to try and be more open and more transparent. And I felt at that a lot this year, even though I said I wanted to improve on that massively. Things that bother me or get under my skin, I tend to just keep it to myself and I don't open up and say, oh, by the way, that offended me, this offended me, rare. I'll just keep bottle it up. I've come to a stage like towards more or less the end of the year where I don't want to be doing that no more, because not only is it self-harming to you and your mental health, but it's also as well, it's good to express. And me doing social media is the best because it's like, even if I can't speak to the individual or I can't speak to them for whatever reason, I can come on the camera and just talk and let shit off my chest because that's what I need to do. And this is something that I have told people, but it's not like I've told it's like close, immediate people. But the reason why now I've decided to make a video about it is because there's probably people that's gone through similar stuff with people that were their friends or work colleagues or whatever, like they've gone through, but it gets dusted under the rug or it gets swept aside because they think, oh, if they say the word, if they say a magic word, then it just disappears and vanishes and your feelings get forgotten about and as if like nothing happened. So without further ado, let's just get into this story. I'll be right back because my throat, I've kind of got a little bit of a cold. I don't know where it came from, but it's like, it's not a deep cold where the fact that my nose is fully blocked. I can still breathe fine, but like there's a bit of mucus. My throat is dry. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab a bottle of water and I'll be with y'all. So yeah, I've got my bottle of water now. So whenever I feel the throat getting dry, I will be taking sips of water. So sorry, one last thing. Before I do get into this, I just want to make it crystal clear. I will not be mentioning the individual's name. Due to respect for him, because I don't want people to go and hate on him and throw him abuse and stuff like that. No, that's not the intention why I do these things. I do these things for my own personal reasons and for me to get this shit out of my system and off my chest, because it's like, yeah, I just felt really betrayed. And it's like, also as well, people can learn from my mistakes that I made and hopefully they can gain and try and do better if, God forbid, they go through something. I hope nobody has to go through something like that. But if they go through a situation like that, they know how to handle it and deal with it instead of shutting it out and pretending like everything's all cool. So please don't ask me, who was the guy, you should name and shame the person, because I know that's what some people will come and say, you should name drop, you should say who it is. I'm not about, what I'm not going to do is affect someone else's mental health. I'm not going to do that. So I'm not going to mention the person's name. Second of all, this did happen a few years ago, but I've had the bravery, I would say bravery, if that's the word I'm going to use, to come out now and speak about it. Because before I was taking into account, maybe this might upset the person if I talk about this or if I discuss it. But I'm like, no, you hurt me and you said this shit to me. So it's fuck your feelings. That's like the energy I'm going in with the new year as well. It's like, fuck how everybody else feels. If I'm feeling that type of way, that's the way I'm feeling. And I'm a person, I'm always putting other people before me. And I'm tired of getting hurt from it and I'm tired of getting backstabbed from it. So it's a situation now where fuck how you all feel. I'm putting myself first and that's it. There's no if, buts or maybes about it. So yeah, I've rambled on enough now. So let me just tell you what the tea is. So it must have been around 2019. What was my first year? Was it my first or second? No, it was my second year because that's when we had the apartment or the house, whatever. So the second year of uni, I'll say 2019. Yeah, it was 2019. It was because it was like around Christmas time. So it was before 2020. So 2019, what's it? Me and a few friends. Well, me, a few friends, and this other guy who was my friend, but that's no longer my friend. We were going out to a club. Yeah, but obviously when you're in uni, before you go out clubbing, you pre-drink. And we had pre-drinks at our house because in second year, those that have been to university, as many of you probably have, you know, when you're in second year, you're no longer on the student accommodation. You are what do you call it? Oh, my brain's freezing. You have to find a house, you have to go around the area, look for a house and do all of that hoo-ha shit. Cool. So we had pre-drinks, we were drinking, played some drinking games, you know, all of that. It was chilled vibes, it was cool. And you know, like, as friends, you have banter with each other. So it's a thing like where I would say to someone, oh, bro, like, you can't even compare to me because of your height or some silly comment like that or whatever. And then they'll probably cuss me about my forehead, and it's back and forth banter like that. It's at a level where it's banter, we're all hoo ha ha laughing, everybody's cracking joke, everybody's rolling on the floor. I'm joking, it's not that serious, but you lot get the gist. Like, everybody's laughing, everybody's doing what they're doing, and it's all good vibes, it's all good positive vibes. So then obviously we're getting a bit more tipsy. Some people are getting more tipsier than others. Some people the alcohol really must have got to some people's head, boy. And then the cussing kept happening. And this individual, when I tell you, I did not know what to do in this situation at this point. I did not know what to do, yeah? But let me explain. So the individual then just turned around. So we're going back and forth. The individual just turns around and says this, but Tariq, you are a fucking slave. And I'm quoting it in speech marks because those are not my words. That was the words of the individual. So one of the guys said, you cannot say that. They said, you cannot say that. Like, you actually cannot say that. And the idiot that said it was just there laughing. Another guy didn't say anything because I think he felt very awkward in that moment of time. He just kind of, his face said it all. He was just like, okay. Because it's like, so let me just tell you the basis. It was 3 white guys and I was the only black guy. Let me just... So there's some context behind this. So there was 3 white guys and I was the only black guy, yeah? He said that atmosphere changed. Okay, so I was just there like this. So I was smiling. Let me not lie to you, I was smiling. But like, it was an awkward smile. It was like, I don't know how to feel about what you just said, because I know you're under the influence of alcohol. At the time, like, I was a bit younger at the time, obviously this was happening in 2019. I'm thinking, okay, you're under the influence of alcohol. You didn't mean what you said. This is what I'm first thinking, yeah? So then we go to the club. Okay, so then that happens. And we go to the club. Obviously, I'm a bit tipsy myself. But the guy was literally saying, yeah, you can't be saying stuff like that. And the guy, the idiot that said it was just there laughing, kiki, laughing. Cool. Have your joke, come. It's cool, innit? All right, bless. So we go to the club, we have a good night out. That actually really wasn't playing on my mind. I'll be very honest. It wasn't playing on my mind. But you know when you sober up the next day? You wake up, you sober up. And I remember it exactly. I woke up out of my bed. I didn't even go in the shower yet. I didn't even brush my teeth. I just woke up and I sat there. I literally sat there like this. And I deeped what happened the night before and what the guy said to me. I deeped it and I said, wait, hold on. So you mean to tell me we're bantering with each other and you turn around and say that to me? Like, it's like, what happens from here on out? Like, what do I do? And guys, I promise you, I really tried to look past it, you know. Okay, cool. So to myself, I said, I have to have a conversation with this individual. I have to speak to him about what he said because I hope he knows what he said was out of line. I really took, the next morning, I really sat there. I was on my bed for probably a good 15 to 20 minutes. And I'm going to admit to you guys here on camera, because I have no shame in admitting this, I have full-blown conversations with myself. So I was really, I was picturing me talking to somebody else about... Let me give you an example of what I be doing. You lot can call me crazy if you want to. Because I know there's many people that do this, but they'll never be afraid to admit it. I'm not one of those people that's Freddy, scaredy to admit these things. I promise you that now. I'm not one of those people. So let's just say I'm here by myself in the room, right? And I'm pretending that there's someone opposite me. I'll be like, nah, like, how could man actually say that to me? Did man actually call me a slave? Like, we were bantering with each other. Like, how is he calling me a slave? And then I'll pretend to be the other person and be like, I can't lie, Tariq, you shouldn't have that. Like, you actually shouldn't have that. That's what I'd be doing, because it kind of, number one, it kind of motivates me sometimes to do certain things that I wouldn't give myself the self-courage to. So I have to pretend to be someone else in order to give myself the motivation. Does that make sense what I'm telling you, lot? Sorry for my voice, I can hear it. It's because I'm a little bit sick, that's why. But so that's what I'd be doing. I was really talking to myself, having a full-blown conversation. I have no shame in admitting that. Having a full-blown conversation with myself. And that's what gave me the urge to say, no, I need to speak to him. Because, like, what was that? So, obviously, we must have met. I didn't even message him. We kind of just crossed paths. Because, like, how the house was situated... So it was 4 of us. The house was kind of joint, but there was an upstairs part and there was a downstairs part. 2 of us was living on the upstairs. And the other person that was living with me wasn't involved in the situation, by the way. They weren't even with us that night. They went somewhere else. So it was me and another guy who I'm cool with. Like, I'm cool with. I had no issues with. And it was, well, my friend and then the other guy. It was them 2 living downstairs. So I must have went down one morning. Not one morning, the next day I went down, I saw them outside. I said, I'm not going to lie, what you said yesterday, I just said it straight. I said, what you said yesterday, like, what, did you mean what you said? Like, the thing is, I think I was way too nice. I was too nice about the situation. I was way too nice. You know the ones when you're like I'm having general conversation with the guy about what he's saying, when I should have been like, what you said was fucking, like, I should have been going guns blazing. That's what I should have been doing. But I was like, what you said, like, did you mean what you said? And then the guy was like, Tariq, honestly, I'm so sorry about what I said. I'm really sorry. I was drunk. I was under the influence of alcohol. You know me. I wouldn't say that when I'm sober. So maybe me being my naive self now, I'm like, all right, cool. You said sorry. Like, all right, cool. I see that you apologized. So blessed, isn't it? Like, you apologized, isn't it? I thought you weren't going to apologize. Cool. This is me. And when I tell you, this is probably why I've been in situations in the past, because I'm so fucking naive. And I'm so fucking, like, I just allow anybody to kind of just, oh yeah, he said sorry, it's cool. I'm telling you, that shit ain't running no more. Oh yeah, he said sorry, that's calm, it's cool. Like, yeah, Tariq can let it. That's why people write, because it's like, oh, Tariq wouldn't mind. Tariq will let it go. No, Tariq ain't like that no more. Tariq will cut you off. He'll burn your bridge if he has to. Don't fucking play with me. Don't fuck with me. Because it's a thing where I'll cut you off and I'll feel no type of way about it. Don't fuck with me on that, man. So, I'm like, cool. And I'm all hanging and still chilling with this guy afterwards. So then, 2020 came now. Another whole year later. Well, it wasn't actually too far because it was like a few months. And... this was when COVID, I think was it 2020 or 2021? My fucking throat, man. Shit. Sorry, guys. I need to drink water break. I need to drink some water. So was it 2020 or 2021 that COVID hit? Was it 2020? One of those. I believe 2020. I can't remember. I think it was. Okay, cool. So at this point, I wasn't at uni no more. I wasn't at uni. I didn't go back for my 3rd year because at the time I wanted to do acting, and I found an agency and everything like that, and I was like, this is what I want to be doing. I don't have time for the uni shit no more. I'm not really learning what I want to be learning. I'm learning all different other things that I don't want to be studying, and it's just like, the uni shit actually wasn't for me, guys. I'll be very honest. It was a nice experience. It was fun while it lasted. I enjoyed it, and uni actually opened me up to nightlife. I'll be honest about. It opened me up to the nightlife, because before I wasn't a person that used to go out clubbing and stuff, and I wasn't like that before, but going to uni kind of just opened my eyes. I'm like, raw, like you actually meet new people, make new friends. People are very like sociable, and I like stuff like that. I like interacting and getting to know new people and talking to new people. Like I like stuff like that. That's all me. That's just a bit of me. So I'm like, cool, say no more. I can, that's all blessed. And then, so I'd left uni at this point. And then sometimes I have this guy on social, like I had him on social media. Let me use the correct terminology. I had him on social media all this time, yeah. And we're all talking on social media, like everything's cool. Well, everything was cool in my stupid head. Like, yeah, cool. But then sometimes I'll just replay the event in my head. Sometimes when like shit happens, yeah, or you have a situation and it's just constantly like replaying in your head. Replaying in your head. And it's just like, the older you get, or the more time passes, the more you realize, am I a dickhead? I must have dickhead written on my forehead or something. I must do. I really must do. Because for me to actually let that run, and at this point, I didn't tell anybody. I did miss out a part, but I'll come back to it. At this point, I didn't tell anybody. No one else knew, not even my mom. Because my mom had met these people. It's not like to say these people were just uni people. Like, I consider these guys, well, one of them I still talk to. One of them I still speak to. Like, we're still G, innit? Like, he never made no racist comment or anything like that. Or, not that I can remember anyway. He never made no racist comment or nothing like that. But, actually, nah. So this is why I think it affected me even more. I'm like, nah, like, I even went to the guy's house on his birthday one year when it was his, I can't remember what birthday it was. I think 20, I can't remember what birthday it was. Listen, I went to the guy's house. I met his family, his mom, his dad, nice family and everything. So this is why I think it hurt me more. Because it's like, we weren't just uni friends. Like, I considered you a brother. And that's what you say to me. Anyway, so like I'm saying, the more time is passing on. Oh yeah, let me go back to what I was going to say. So when I was still in uni, there was a girl that lived in my flat in first year. She lived in my accommodation, student accommodation. And we all went out to because our uni, the thing is about my uni, those that went to my uni know what I'm talking about. We had a student club. Like, we actually had a club on campus. Those that know Sub-Zero, I've said the club, so those that know Sub-Zero in it. So we all went out, and I was like, to the girl, I was like, let's just say her name is Cleo. Cleo, you won't believe what Stephen called me. This was the person. Like, I shouldn't say anything, so I'm like, okay, so you know what you said was wrong then. Because if you didn't, if it wasn't that deep, then you would have let me tell her. But it's like, you know what you said. That's why you didn't want me to tell her. Okay, cool. I've lost my train of thought, because you see, I slipped up. I said the person's name. I shouldn't have said their name. Don't worry, I can edit that out. That's not even a problem. And the person's name is not Steven, by the way. That's the alias name I'm gonna use. So this shit don't get confusing. So yeah, as time's going past, I'm outside of uni and I keep thinking about it. And I'm just like, I'm not a dickhead. So I deleted the guy off social media. I just deleted him. I can't remember if I blocked or deleted. I think I just deleted him. I was just like, nah. Because obviously, okay, let me tell you how I operate. If I delete someone off social media, there is still hope. Not a hope of being friends, but there's like that civilization. It's like, okay, cool, we could be civil. I don't really care. If I block you, don't fucking ever speak to me again. There's a reason why you're blocked. Blocking and deleting is two different things. If you get deleted by somebody, there's still that chance in the future that if you was to, let's say, if you had no pride or self-respect for yourself and you was to re-add them back on social media, you will be killy again. To me, that's how I see it now. That's what deleting is. But blocking, yeah, there's no coming back from that. So I didn't block him, I deleted him because I was like, okay, cool. I want him to understand like the severity of what he said and what he's done. Still at this point, I ain't told nobody. So I must have told a few friends now. I said, oh, by the way, this situation happened to me at uni. How do you think I should have reacted? I told them how I reacted and everything. They looked at me in shock. They said, how did you not box him in his face? I said, because number one, if you know me well enough, I'm not a violent person. I don't understand. Okay, the thing is with me, I don't understand how people think violence solves everything, because it really doesn't. You tell me what violence solves. I want someone to put in the comment section, what does violence actually solve? It makes situations worse, 10 times worse. You see what's going on around the world with all violence? What's it doing? It's creating war, right? Violence don't solve anything. If I punch him in his face and he punches me back, we're going to end up fighting, because I'm going to be thinking in my head, why are you punching me? You deserve the box for what you just said. So for you to punch me back, now we have a problem because you're punching me for no reason. Do you understand where I'm coming from? But if I just leave it or I speak to him on a level, if you're not trying to hear that, that's fine. I'll walk away and remove myself from the situation. It's okay. Like, violence don't solve nothing. And the sooner people realize this, maybe the world could become a better place. I have hope in it. Don't at me, but I have hope. If that was me in that situation, I would have boxed him in his face. I'm like, yeah, that's you. I'm not you. I am not you. I am not like that. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in all that. That's just me. I'm not that type of person. When I was younger, in secondary school and all that type of stuff, okay, cool. Like, you trigger me, I'm punching you. Like, that's how it used to be. But I've grown up and I realized you do something like that to someone, you'll end up in prison. And I'm not rotting in a jail cell for someone saying, obviously the thing was very bad. But if we put it on a scale, and if we stand up in a court of law, especially as the man is white as well, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. The guy's white, so we stand in a court of law and I say, oh yeah, he called me this, so I punched him. All the judge would need to say is this. So you think putting your hands on, you think someone's saying something to you, okay, yeah, we understand it's a racial slur, but you think putting your hands on someone, being physical, gives you the right to do, bro, they won't say those things, but they'll say something similar along those lines. Either way, I'll get some form of punishment for hitting him. That's my point. And I can avoid all that by just taking myself out of the situation. So yeah, I removed him on social media. And then one day I was coming from work. This was like a good few months later now. I was coming from work. And I'm standing at the traffic light. Like, I get off this train station and stand at the traffic lights. And I see someone coming, like, walking. I can see from... The thing is, I'm very vigilant, but people think I'm not vigilant. I see things, like, from the corner of my eye, I see someone walking over to me. And I had a feeling it was this person. But I'm like, I'm not going to say anything to you, because I have nothing to say. He walks over, so obviously, I turn my head, I'm like, oh, yo, like, what are you saying? Like, you cool? Like, and then we get in conversation, and then he was like, oh, yeah, you deleted me and blocked me on social media. I said, it's because of what you said. It's because of what you said. That I don't think you actually understand the severity of why this hurt me so much. And obviously, as a white person, you will never understand the pain black people go through enough already. And for you to just say that to someone that's meant to be your friend as well, it makes it 10 times worse. I can see why a lot of black people, like, judge white people, but I'm not one of those black people, because not all white people are the same. I'm just going to put it out there. And this is a no filter video. Not all white people are the same, innit? I can see why a lot of black people look at white people's side eye, but me personally, I open my arms to everybody. You cross that line, though, I'll cut your bridge, I'll burn your bridge, that's it. That could be with anybody. It doesn't have to, race is not even involved. Anybody, you cross a line, I'll wash my hands with you, that's it, and I'll feel no type of way either. So, we re-added each other back on social media. And I think there was a talk of, oh, we should link up, da-da-da-da-da. I just didn't arise to that part because I'm like, that's not gonna happen. And then we get to like, I don't know, probably like in the middle of this year. I just had him on social media and I think I deleted him again. And this time I won't be adding him back because it's like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not allowing someone to disrespect me like that and let them think it's okay. I just don't understand the concept of where you think you can say stuff like that and get away with it. It's actually not on. And I want the person to see this video. I'm not gonna tag them. I just know if certain people see this, they will share it and show him. I want him to see how much damage and how much it actually hurt me. Because I don't think he actually, I think he just realized saying the word sorry can magically, as a white man, you will never understand what a black man has to go through. I'm not even talking about black women or talking as a black man. You will never understand what we have to go through on a day-to-day basis. If I was to ask you to be in my shoe for just 24 hours, you would say no. You wouldn't want to do it. So when you go around fucking calling people slave, calling people the N-word, calling people this, calling people that, be very mindful. I'm not one of those black men to thump you in your face and start fighting. No. I'll walk away from the situation. I'll tell you about yourself though. I'll probably tell you about yourself and your mother, but then I'm walking away from the situation. But I'm not gonna put my hands on you. One thing I've been taught in life, don't put hands on people unless they put hands on you first. Then it becomes self-defense. But in no way, shape or form. And like I said, I want you to see this video so you can understand this message is for you specifically. Nobody else but you. I considered you a brother. I considered you a friend. Yeah? And for you to turn around and say something like that to me was wild. Absolutely wild. Like, I forgive you. Don't get me wrong. I forgive you. That's why I've managed to move forward from it. But I will never forget. And I can't look past it. I just can't. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, we can be friends, or we go out, we go on holiday. I can't, because I'll always look at you in a type of way now. I'm like, because you probably think like that about black people. Because you wouldn't come out and say something like that when you're drunk. You know, they say when people are drunk and they say and do not certain things, and they do things, it's sober thoughts. So probably all this time you've been thinking to say that, but the alcohol influenced you. It got too much to your head and you said what you said. Which is fine. You said what you said. The damage has been done. Like I said, I forgive you, but I'm not forgetting, and I can't look past that. So a lesson for you in the future, maybe don't drink so much alcohol and keep those type of thoughts in your head. Because not all black men are like me. You say that to another black guy, you might end up in A&E. And that's not me threatening you. That's just the hard, that's just the hard reality of it. Not all men think like me. Not all black men think like me. You understand? Not all black men think like me. Yeah? You say that to the wrong person, all I'm going to say is you might end up in A&E because they will thump you up. I'm not, like I said, I'm not like that. And I wouldn't do that to you because I have respect, and plus I met your parents. I wouldn't do that to you. Sorry, I'm just different to most of these people, innit? I'm just different to most of these guys out here and stuff like that. I'm just different. I'm built different. I'm not ignorant like that. I really calculate my steps and really calculate what I'm doing before I do it. When I was younger, like I said, I just used to do without thinking. Now I think, I'm like, Tarek, if you do this, this might land you in trouble. So don't do it. Yeah, it's not a thing like that. But I shared this because, guys, the lesson from this is don't let people take you for an idiot. The minute someone says something, nip it in the bud immediately. Don't wait years on end to, you know, don't let other people influence your decisions. However you decide to react in the situation, in a situation like that, you react in the situation. If you punch someone, you punch them. If you laugh it off, you laugh it off. You react. Don't feel pressured to, oh, you should have boxed him, man. Or then go and box the boy in his face. Don't be followed, be a leader. You react how you feel like it's the right way to react. And then later on, if you want to come and have a conversation with the person, like I did, because it took me the night to sober up and realize what the hell actually happened. But yeah, that's just that, guys. Yeah, my energy, like I said, is not because it's been dwelling on me for a bit as well. Because it's like, it still does pop back in my head because it's like, oh, me and him actually could have gone on holiday together. We could have, you know, I could have gone with people from my uni as a group. We could have been having annual link ups, like linking up every few months or something, you know, something like that. It's just like, sometimes I think, what if? But it is literally a what if, because it's never gonna happen, because I don't want to see this person. Because me being around, like, that energy, I just know I'll be screw facing you every time I see you. But yeah, if you guys got anything from this video, leave a comment below, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys when I next see you guys.